Hey y'all, Tanny Cooks here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a 2-for-1 recipe. I'm going to show you how to make the best turkey stock ever and the best turkey meat, all from turkey necks. Yes, we're making the stock and delicious meat to use in another recipe, so let's get to cooking. So these are turkey necks. I know it looks kind of peculiar in the pack, but I bought these. They were $3.69 a pound. Each pack was a little more than 1.5 pounds, so about $6 a pack for 4 turkey necks, and this is how it looks when you pick it up. You can kind of see a film, the white part kind of skin-like over it. So what I'm going to do first, of course, is wash my meat, which you see me do consistently on this channel with lemon or lime and or vinegar, white vinegar. So I'm filling up my bowl with my several packs of turkey necks and lemon. And I let it soak for a while. I let it soak for about 30 minutes while I'm doing other things. And then I squeeze my lemon to make sure the lemon juice gets mixed in with the water with the meat. And I take a paring knife. Now, for this part of the process, you want to be really careful because anytime you have wet hands with a knife, it's really easy for the knife to slip in your hand and cut yourself. So you want to be extra careful. To start, you can try to pick off the extra skin or film with your fingers, as you see me doing here, but some pieces are harder than others. Look at that. That's extra fat. We don't need that. We're not going to cook that. So I put my knife in and I'm cutting away from my hand to try and be safer. And then once I make a cut in the fat, then I can pull it off easier. So look, the knife is moving away from my left hand towards the right. And then I just discard the stuff that I cut off. Some fat is flavor, yes, but for these turkey necks, we won't need it. I'm continuing to cut with the knife going away from myself just to be a little bit safer. If you need to take a moment and dry your hand off that's holding the knife, you can certainly do that. Start off by pulling what you can with your fingers. Once you get to a point where that film can't be pulled off, then you can use your knife to make it easier. So I go through that whole process with my turkey necks, and then I put it in a big pot that can hold all the turkey necks just with plain water because we're making a broth here. I'm adding garlic powder, onion powder. The amount of seasoning you use will be to your flavor, to your taste for the flavor you like. So I would say use a tablespoon or 2 of all seasonings except for the salt and pepper. I would say do a small amount of salt, a small amount of pepper. So maybe 2 or 3 teaspoons of salt, 2 or 3 teaspoons of pepper, and then do 2 tablespoons of the other seasonings. I'm also adding chopped onion, chopped celery, and chopped carrot, and chopped garlic. I'm using 1 or 2 of each, and I add that in with my turkey necks that are boiling. Now, I'd start my meat off to boil maybe for the first 20 minutes, and then I turn it down to simmer. And as it cooks, what you want to look for is the meat falling off the bone, literally, as you see it here. I'm using my spoon to touch the meat, and you can see the meat coming off easily. So I do my boil and simmer, probably for a couple of hours total. You just want to test it by making sure the meat is fall off the bone tender. So I have a stainless steel bowl in the sink and a colander in that, and then I drain my turkey necks and the broth through the strainer in the big bowl. I want to take out the vegetables and mainly just leave the broth or stock in the bowl. There's a difference between stock and broth. I think one of them is if you just use bones. One is if you use meat. Here I'm using both meat and bones. This is my 32-ounce mason jar, and the one on the right is a 24-ounce, more narrow mason jar. So I have almost 60 ounces of delicious turkey broth, better than store-bought. In addition, I am left with my turkey necks. Now, if you're not going to pull the meat off your turkey necks in that exact moment and you're going to refrigerate it, maybe save it for the next day, what you want to do is put your turkey necks in a big bowl and put some of the broth in there. That will help keep your meat hydrated and moist. So now it's the next day and I'm pulling my meat off the bone to use it for a different recipe. Now, you can absolutely eat this meat right now. Some people will put it under some gravy, mix it with some rice, some mashed potatoes. Is absolutely delicious and tender because this is slow cooked, well seasoned turkey. But look at that turkey neck, y'all. You could also use this turkey neck meat in a soup or you can make a turkey pot pie. That would be delicious. I'm actually going to do a different recipe, so subscribe to my channel so you can see the next 1 or 2 recipes that come up that will include this delicious and tender and well-seasoned turkey meat, y'all. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now and help me out and continue to watch my videos. Thank you.